It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation radio show. Ali V is here co-hosting.
Yep.
And we actually got a friend of mine in the building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, before I introduce this guy, let me tell you something. Last time I hung out with him. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Last time I hung out with him, first of all, I didn't know this nigga was this much of a party animal. All types of bottles of liquor, different brands, and all types of shit came all at once. Forced me to go out. I was tired. I was being a fucking grandpa. You know what I'm saying? And then the party ended. We was in Vegas, right? I've heard about this nigga partying, but I never experienced it. He's completely what appeared to be wasted, what we call wasted. And then the party was over in Vegas. By the way, parties in Vegas end at 4 o'clock, maybe later. So we're leaving out the back door. I thought we were going back to the hotel so we could go to sleep. We walked through a door, 2 doors open, another fucking party. We had a fucking party till 8 in the morning or some shit. More bottles of liquor come out. Jermaine Dupri's in the building.
Yeah. I like that. That's an intro right there.
Yo, what up, boy?
Talking about what's happening? What's going on?
I'm surprised I survived that night, but thank you for coming to the show.
Yeah, he was really grandpa that night.
Yo, I was grandpa.
I'm going home. Come on, man.
And then I think he wanted to go out the next night, and he was asleep for like 24 hours.
I took a break the next night, but yeah, it was fun. Good fun.
What's good, boy? Welcome to the show. How you been?
I'm good. I'm good.
A little bit of a minute.
Yeah, I'm just working, man. You know, running around, get ready. You know, I got 21 days till my tour starts. The So Summer 17 tour. Actually starts in Louisville. So
talk to me about the tour. It's going to be all the classic So Def artists.
No. It's 9 kids from the rap game.
From the rap game.
So this tour,
the successful TV show that he's getting another type of check on. All right?
This tour is basically me giving these kids in every city opportunity to do something hip hop for the summer because they don't really have nothing. We have all these shows and people think that it's really not cool to be taking your 12-year-old kid to see Gucci Mane. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, you know what I mean. I love it, but it's
I need to
just
tell
not,
my team take notes.
It's not the concert that your kids should be going to. It's not designed for 12-year-old, 13, 14-year-old kids. Even Future Tour. I mean, as popular as these guys are, these shows still are not designed for these kids. So I'm just giving I'm giving parents and kids a place that they can actually go and have the same type of fun, but it's just more appropriate for them.
It's a little bit different the way the kids are now. Because I remember when you came out with Bow Wow, I was actually an intern, I think, at Columbia, and Bow Wow was running around. Good, clean, wholesome type of image kid, right?
Right.
These kids are like raindrop. Your bitch is a dot nowadays. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, it's because they don't have an option though. That's what it is. It's just because they don't have an option. That's why the rap game, my TV show, is so successful because people have an option now. They got an option to sit at home and watch something with their kids and put their kids up on. Oh, when we was doing hip hop, this is what's happening, or whatever it is, however it is. So I think that I heard that so much from parents saying that they was happy that I did this show and the show bridges the gap between them and their kids. So I'm doing this concert tour basically to do the exact same thing.
Nice. And are any albums coming from some of the people on the rap game?
Yeah, well, it's crazy. It's not album world right now, but we got singles. Nova, who just won season 3, he got 3 singles out right now. 4 actually, because I just put out another record, but he got 3 singles out. 1 single with Jacquees called Stay Over. A record with my Sean called Go Hard. And
see, this is what you feeling because he didn't email me any of this shit.
Huh?
You got to email me this record.
I got to send them to you. I got to give them to you. But yeah, they got them out. The kids know them. You know what I mean? Y'all call up here and let.
He called me old. That was your grandpa.
He need to be on these records.
But you've been wanting to work on something like this for a while because I heard rumors that you were trying to start like a kid Coachella.
Yeah, that's basically. That's basically the idea of it. Hopefully, this is small. We're doing theaters right now. But 70% of it's almost sold out. So it's like, if it turns over to be a success, like I hope it does, that I can continue to keep doing this. So summer, whatever, 25, whatever it is, and it turns into something like Coachella because I feel like kids should have something like Coachella. Coachella is just like a big playground for grown-ups.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They got Ferris wheels and this, that, and the third, and all this type of stuff. Kids could have the exact same thing. You have artists that come out and perform that have music that's just clean. It's not, it's not directed at any other thing besides that.
Right. And they battling on stage, right?
Huh?
They're going to battle on
stage.
stage.
They're going to battle on stage. Yeah, they're going to have a
crazy.
battle on the tour. That's something I've never seen on anybody's tour, by the way.
That's dope.
It's crazy.
Before we take a break, I want to know how come you didn't do a So Def like original tour? I know you did the So Def 20 years, but how come you didn't do like what Puff did?
Cause I did the 20th anniversary thing first before Puff them even did that, and I was just like, I'm always trying to find my niche and how to, it's a thing like just try to be special, and I felt like that night what I did in Atlanta will never be duplicated. You know what I mean? Even if I went on the road, it will never be duplicated. That night will never be duplicated. Hove came out, Mariah came in, Usher. I don't know a tour. We don't have enough money to pay for those people to even show up, so it wouldn't be the exact same thing. It wouldn't be that energy and what people saw that night. If they told somebody in a different city, it would be a different conversation.
Like, because you see Rough Riders is trying to do it. I don't know if it's going to be successful.
Well, Rough Riders have the artists. You know what I mean? They do have. I have the artists. I mean, I have 20 artists that signed to me, but at the same time, I had 20 other artists that's a part of that show that I produced that made the 20th anniversary that much more dynamic. You know what I mean? I had Jagged Edge, which is my group, but then Nelly showed up, and then he did Grills, and then, you know what I mean? It's like it was so much going on that you can't duplicate that.
All right, hold on. We'll be right back with Jermaine Dupri. It's Hip Hop Nation. It's Sirius XM. It's DJ Sus One, the Great.
Yeah.
The Great.
Okay, all right.
Yo, what up? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation, Hip Hop Nation, Sirius XM. Ali V is here, co-hosted with me.
Yes, sir.
Jermaine Dupri is in the building.
Yeah, I'm here. What's happening?
Yo, JD, what happened to Jaquan?
Success. I think success happened. It was crazy, but, these kids get big records, man. They get big records. They get a lot of money, tours, and some people. He's still around, though, by the way. I'm not even going to say anything.
Musically, he's still around?
I don't know musically he's still around, but he's still around. He's still around. He's cool. As we talk about 20th anniversary, he performed 20th anniversary. He was there. He's still around. One of the things that happened with Jaquan that probably was like the downfall of him making more music was that my situation with Arista got crumbled. It crumbled, basically. And once I left him, Anthony Hamilton, Bone Crusher.
I was just about to ask about Bone Crusher.
Yeah, I left them. They had to stay over there. So that probably put a damper in.
Has this story ever been told? What happened with the whole So Def Arista situation with Clive and all
that? Nothing ever happened with it. It was just like, we were signed. I had a deal there with LA. LA got fired. And then everything that was at Arista, what is it, RCA? At the time, Jive. It was Jive, but then it turned to RCA. They inherited everything.
Yeah.
They inherited everything. So any deal or whatever it was, and it was just like, I'm not the person that you inherit. I was, I'm part of, if you want to make a deal with me, then make a deal with me. So it was just like a situation where I was just like, an inheritance? Like,
so
I don't know that,
left.
I don't know that where we going, people actually want me to be a part of their situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know the deal I made with LA was like, this is a personal situation where you want me to be here. I think that music, people don't understand that. Like, you got to be a part of companies that want you to be a part of them. Like, just to be saying, oh, I'm going to go with this flow, it's like, it makes it that much more difficult. So I was really hesitant about all of that, and I just really wanted to get out. And in order for me to get out, I had to leave people.
How do you feel about today's climate of music? Because you've seen all the eras and has been successful in all the eras of hip hop and R&B and all that. And it's just a different wave out here right now, man. Like, and I see you and the Brat has been trying to put out music. That's my friend right there, the Brat.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about today's climate of music where albums don't sell? Singles get stolen.
Well, I mean, the Migos album went platinum.
It's a handful of albums, though. But
the Migos album going platinum is a walk in the new. It seems like a walk in the right direction, because that's a group that I don't think people ever thought would go platinum.
And what does platinum mean nowadays? They actually sell 1 million?
Yeah,
or
they
streams?
sell 1 million records. I mean,
okay.
streams. It's the same. I mean, I guess it's not physical the way we've known it, but if that's what it is, then that's what it is. And I look at that as like a benchmark to say, that's breaking the mold, and that's where people need to go. It's still a lot of guys that can't do that, but for them to do it, I know people weren't expecting that. So that should be encouragement for a lot of people to understand that it can be done in this climate. You just have to,
make quality music, maybe.
Right.
This music industry that we're in is guarded by the minds of the old, and I hate it. By the way, I hate it more than anything. I hate the old thinking. I hate when people call me and think old, because like even like these kids on this show, they're not motivated by what's on the radio. They're not motivated by 106 in Park no more. Like none of that stuff is even happening. So these kids are not. That's not what they're thinking about. Their thought process is they're getting the attention from some kind of other place. You know what I mean? Like they might post a verse on Instagram and get like 200,000 likes and Sway will have them on the show. Like it's like a whole different type of momentum to how these kids think and how they move. And I think that people have to start doing that, because I hate when people call my phone and talking about like the old ways. Like,
but how important is it for the kids to know like their history?
Oh, 100%. I mean, the education of hip hop it can never stop. You should always know, the history. You should know the education, and we as elders to these guys, we should continue to keep trying to educate them. That's one thing that I see stopping. We see a lot of people arguing with these guys or saying something crazy about them and not helping them and not making them understand why we feel a certain way about what they say.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree with that, man. I always say that, man, because back when I was becoming a DJ, you heard a lot of the class. Like I knew about a lot of the old school records because the DJs on radio were playing them.
Yeah,
and would make it a movie. Nowadays, I feel like it's such a business and it's so controlled that they only play. Oh, this is what researched well. This is what researched well, and that's why I think one of the many reasons why kids don't listen to radio. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, they just don't. I mean, it's like, once again, like I said, it's still kids are. The reason why I work with artists that's young and like this is because they are the true testament of what excitement is. And if you get kids excitement, then to me you have really pushed that button that you need to be pushing if you're trying to be in the entertainment world or anything like that. So when it comes to like radio, if they're not excited about it, but then they get excited about it, then you should pay attention to what they're excited about.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing, is like they are looking for somebody to be exciting. They not looking for you to continue to beat them in the head with the oldness, but they looking for something. They looking for they're out here looking, and I think that's what people don't understand. The kids are not out here like, I don't care about this, I don't care about this. They steal everything that they've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They seen something in the 90s and they thought it was fly, like the jackets that Martin be wearing or whatever. They stealing it. They want all of that flavor. But at the same time, people are not assisting it to them the way that they should.
All right, we'll be right back with Jermaine Dupri, having good hip-hop talk right now. It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm here, baby.
Yeah.
DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. Ali V is here.
Yes.
My guy, Jermaine Dupri, is in the building.
What up? We can go to the club? What's happening?
Nigga,
No, he's a
stop
grandpa. He ain't going. That's one.
Nah, I was about to disrespect. I was going to say I do the clubs every night. Jermaine Dupri, he works so hard. I feel like, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like you do the clubs when you have time.
Nah, actually, I will go every night if I can. I mean, I will. I actually, the clubs are like medicine for me, because I get to go in the club and see exactly what the vibe is and what the tempo is and what's really popping.
Well, I think you told me that one day. You told me when you used to make records that you would go to the club and be like, oh, I need something like this.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, because that's the ultimate place that we want the records to go. Like, you give your records to a DJ, and you give a record to a DJ that's not the tempo that the DJ's in. Imagine what's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen, right? So you gotta think like that. I mean, that's what I think before I go make records. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what's gonna, because I come from Atlanta, and I came up in an era where people weren't taking Atlanta seriously in music, right? So you had to figure out what was gonna be your angle, what was gonna be your angle to get on. So if you handed a DJ a record, your chances of handing a DJ a record that wasn't like popping in the lane that he was in, you was getting ready to be, completely out of pocket, because he was already looking at you sour, like, you from the South, which you know what I mean? And then you gave me this record that don't flow with what I'm doing. But if you give him a record that go with what's going on, then you break that ice. Then you got to break, you still got more things to do. So I was just looked at what my angles were always, and the club has always been my angle.
What's your take on the new era DJs? Because we interviewed Wale, and he was saying that he thinks this era is like the get paid type of era, like more like the microwave DJs. So what's your take on like the quote unquote microwave DJs?
I can't really say. I mean, I don't really know when he speaks on that. I don't know what type of, because there's multiple DJs out here. It's club DJs, then it's radio
he feels
DJs.
like it's important for DJs to break a record.
And he I think he said people don't respect the DJ as much as they do, as they once did.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that. Like, people don't, well, the DJs don't put it out there for them to respect you like that, because it's only a handful of DJs that really will take a record that they don't have anything to do with, that the man didn't give them to somebody else, and actually play it. You know?
Point the camera at me, please.
You know what I mean? That's hard to find.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got into a beef with all the DJs in the world because I said the DJ is dead, and I was speaking about that DJ. I wasn't talking about any other DJs in the world. I'm a DJ, so I wasn't saying that the actual DJ is dead. But that DJ, the DJ that you walk up to a club, he don't know you, you don't know him, you pass him a record, and he listens to the record in his headphones and likes it and plays it right on the spot. I'm not knowing if that DJ is still around like that. If Sus says it's him, but if it's Sus, it's not a lot of those. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of those, because that time to listen to a record and take the time out to listen to it and say, oh, this shit's really high. I don't, you know, that and that's what the DJ, that's what we grew up thinking that the DJ was supposed to do. And that's what the DJ did. You know what I mean? I remember when I first put out my first group, all I wanted to do was give my record the Red Alert and let him play it. And he didn't play it forever. And I had to keep calling him like, Red, come on, man. Just give me one spin, man. I know. You know what I mean? And it probably wasn't his flow. You know what I mean? And that's when I learned that if you give a DJ a record, make sure you give him something that he's going to like. Yeah. Because you're trying to force him to play something he don't like. That's never going to happen. So, I mean, it's just...
Yo, can you say that again? Because so many artists approach me and get so upset when I don't play the record, and I listen to it. I'm like, you know this is a notch past trash, right? Yeah, I don't word it that way, but yeah, the problem with artists, and you're an artist and a DJ, most artists, whether they're incredible or they're horrible, all think they're on Hove level. They all think they're the greatest, which that's what you're supposed to think. Yeah. But damn, some of y'all ain't.
But I mean, you know, as a DJ, you should tell them flat out, because that's what I think. That's what's not being. They believe that it's popping, and if you don't say nothing, they like, man, he just trying to play us out because he got his position. And if you say, yo, listen, the song's whack, man.
I always say you need some more work. I don't just like to say it like that.
But I'm gonna tell you, really, the hardest thing that I ever got from people is that when somebody tell me it's not right, that's when you go and get it right. Yeah. So it's best to just tell them, like, flat out, like, it's just not right. You gotta, you know, it's not. It don't feel like what I should be playing. Right? That's a nice way to say it. It don't feel like what I should be playing right now. They'll take that and be like, okay.
Some people take it like that, and some people say you a hater.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill him when he comes out the club tonight. I'm gonna be sitting out here waiting for him.
Exactly.
Nah, yeah, I would, you know, because I remember when L.A. Reid first came to Atlanta, and I was doing this mix for him for Damian Dame, a group that he had signed to LaFace, and the engineer that I had doing the record the mix wasn't right, and it was taking long for me to get this mix done. So then I told him who I was gonna have. I had my engineer who became my engineer, Phil Tan. He said, let me do the mix, and I was like, what? And he never did a mix before, but he was just like, I see you having problems, let me do it. So I let Phil do the mix, and I told LA that I was letting Phil Tan do the mix, and I'll never forget that LA was like, who is Phil Tan? It's like, you need to get some engineers from L.A., man. These guys in Atlanta don't know what they doing, right? And it was just like that rawness of him saying that put fire into everybody. Like, they really don't think we out here doing what we supposed to be doing. And I could say that. I could go in a room and say, listen, you got to get this right, man. They don't think y'all good out here. They don't think I'm good. We got to let's go. Let's get it right, right? That puts a fire in you, and I think that people have to hear that sometimes. I've been told no so much that it don't even feel like, it feels like a blessing now when somebody tells me, nah, that ain't it. Okay, cool. I'm going to go back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to take notes. We'll be right back with my brother Jermaine Dupri. It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. I like talking to JD, man. All right, let's go. Listen, it's DJ Sus One. I am here. It's the feature presentation radio show.
Yeah.
Ali V is here.
Yes.
When you hear us on the radio, it's a different situation.
Yeah.
All right, Jermaine Dupri is here.
The great.
When you see that So Def logo, it means money.
Yeah, I took his.
You're the great.
I took
DJ
his
Sus
title.
One the great. You can call me Young Spielberg.
Okay.
Michael Bay.
Okay.
I
All
can
right.
keep going.
All right.
Now listen, JD, I hate to ask my friend some of the crazy questions, but I got to ask you. Because she's in the media right now. First of all, have you talked to Janet in a while? And what do you think about that whole situation that's going on with that right now?
No, I haven't.
You haven't in a long time?
I don't know nothing about what's crazy situation.
You don't know what's going on?
No.
They basically said she was, correct me if I'm wrong, because, women pay more attention to this than me. But she was with her husband, had a baby, had an agreement, a prenuptial agreement that lasted a couple of years. And if she made a couple of years, how many years?
5 years. And then she did 5 years and 3
No, I think
months.
it was 2 years.
It was 2 years?
And if she lasted the 2 years, that she would get $500 million, I believe. This is all alleged because it was in the news. You know how the blogs and the news are. And then after the 2 years passed and she had her baby, she was out and got that guap. That don't sound like Janet to me, but that's why I wanted to ask your opinion because you have history.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there.
All right. I'll leave it alone.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't. I mean, that's what happens normally, though. Any girl that gets with a guy, they break up. That's normal. That happens,
strategically
right?
do it like that.
Ain't Lala about to get that check?
Allie, would you take? Allie, if you were in love with somebody, would you take the money so viciously like that?
But see, you add the word viciously. I don't believe that. I think
it was vicious.
It's just part of the flow. Like, it is what it is. Like, we all know that that's part of the flow. Yeah. Right.
Scary.
I mean, it's scary, but it's part of the flow. You marry a woman, you got that paper, y'all get a divorce, she gets half. That is what it is. It's not.
I think I'm gonna be single.
That's why I don't even know why people just talk like when you say about Jenna. I'm like, that don't sound. It's a divorce. It is what it is. Like, this is part of the play.
Can you prepare? Can you see yourself giving somebody half that so Def afro? Like if
not
you
at all,
got divorced? Are you kidding me?
Not at all. But at the same time, it's like eating pork and then trying to figure out why you fat.
Are you saying that because I'm fat?
No. I'm just saying, like, you eat pork all day and then you looking at yourself in the mirror like, why I look like this? What? You get married and you popping and you got that Billy.
Yeah.
And then you get a divorce. You know what's gonna happen. Right. It's like it's not even a conversation. It wouldn't even be a conversation. Like I'm so mentally in that type of space where I know things is coming. It's not even gonna be a conversation. I know exactly what's getting ready to happen. Yes. You know exactly what's about to happen, JD? Of course.
Give me half, Eddie.
She's out. I'm out too. I gotta go back to work and try to find a way to put this other 5 back to the 5. But for now, I'm down.
All right,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So listen, in closing, what's the future with the rap game? What's the future with So Def? What's going on in your world?
It's all moving forward. I feel like So Def is I would say finally, because then people are gonna be like, well, what was going on before? But I feel like I always wanted So Def to be that label that young America looked at as their label. You know what I mean? Like how when I was growing up, kids they wanted to be a part of Def Jam. They looked at like that was the culture. Yeah. You wanted to be a part of Def Jam. I think that what I represent with the rap game and what I'm trying to represent with So Def and these kids and young people in general is that, I understand where y'all coming from. I understand how to help you get to where you want to go. And ain't no other company out here that's doing it. So that's what the future is for me. It's just to continue to keep preaching that, putting it out there. Season 4 of the rap game starts in July. We about to go on tour in 21 days. Nice. It's just all forward movement.
Wait, what's your take on Bow Wow putting out the retirement project?
Well, let's break it down like this. Bow Wow's first album came out when he was 12 years old. He sold 3 million records at 12. I don't know any other rapper that's come up here and had a conversation with y'all that put out an album at 12 years old. Right. He's 30. How long do you want him to rap?
No, I hear you.
Like 12 to 30. And I'm saying like he ain't been trying at 12. His album came out at 12.
Right.
how much longer do he need to rap? I mean, honestly.
You're really now that you're just talking this, you're really great. Well, you're great at everything. But musically, for the history of social death, but it seems like you're really great at putting out young kids. Because from Bow Wow, he was like the Jay-Z for kids at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Crisscross,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
But that's only two. That's what's crazy is that people think that there's only two. They just was big.
Super
Bow Wow
big,
was
though.
Bow Wow was so
it's like
huge.
the biggest of the whole
Bow Wow
shit.
was so huge that it made it seem like Jermaine had 10 kid artists, and then Crisscross was so big. But it's only two. Everybody else, like Brat was 19, Jagged Edge was like 19. In that same era, Xscape was somewhere around in that place. They all were young, but the only under teens, like 12 and 11, was Crisscross and Bow Wow. This is the first time I ever really said I'm gonna go deep into the young artists with the rap game. But at the same time, I feel like we all should pay attention to signs, right? And my sign was that I did have a lot of success with Bow Wow, and I had a lot of success with Crisscross, and nobody else has ever done it since I did it. You know what I mean? Right. We in a business where you're trying to find your own gap and where you can get in, where you fit in, and nobody else has ever touched it. I made a lot of money in that world, so if don't nobody want that money, I'm gonna get all of it.
Can you hire me? All right. Yo, are you gonna be involved with the Xscape reunion at all?
I guess I'm. I wrote every song that Xscape put out.
It's disrespectful. Yeah.
So
take your chains out, please, so you can just. He tucked the chains in. You got to show him what's going on.
I tuck them in. I think that, and I want to clear this up. I think that people don't understand that. Because I see that people saying that. I think Wendy Williams said something today about me beefing with Xscape. I'm not beefing with Xscape, and I'm not the person that's creating the TV show that is coming out on TV One. My involvement with Xscape, period, is the music. I wrote Just Kicking It 100%.
It's classic.
I wrote these songs. These songs is like, you know what I mean? Like every word of these records that y'all listen to, I wrote these songs. They can't make a movie without my involvement because I wrote the music. I don't have anything to do with how the movie is portrayed. I'm not trying to.
Were they trying to move forward without? Was it something happening that they were trying to move forward?
TV One has a deal where they're putting out a biopic, basically, right? And the biopic that TV One is putting out is based on the unsung that Xscape actually did, which is them actually telling their own story. Yeah. And the ratings were so high that TV One was like, we need to make a biopic. People's into biopics. We're gonna do it. TV One then had to call the writer of the music in order to do it, which is I. That's where my involvement comes. Yeah. But the girls decided that they was gonna get back together, and they wanted to go somewhere else and get a bigger bag or whatever, which is understandable. Mm-hmm. So then they thought that TV One was gonna stop and not do their movie based on that, and TV One was like, "We already got what we want. We're gonna put it out." So I don't have anything to do with the movement of it, and people keep blaming me. But
you're gonna get your publishing.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting my publishing. I'm gonna get publishing on everywhere that they play Xscape music. Okay. That's what's going on. So I mean, that's it. My involvement with this is just. And when you say, "Am I involved with it?" I'm guessing I am involved with it because if they gonna play my music, you're my little secret. I wrote 100%.
Classic. I got two more questions because they're making me wrap up. Two more questions. Is the remix dead? Because you, Puff, and maybe that's it. Had the greatest remixes.
Maybe that's it. That's a new DJ. Maybe that's it. No, I don't think the remix is dead. I think that people have to, playing remixes is dead though. The remix used to be the extra legs that a record needed to get to number one. Yeah. And I don't know if that exists anymore. Like if you put a remix out, if somebody do a dope remix on a song, they put the remix out like on the internet, and then it doesn't goes nowhere. It doesn't do the impact of the song that the remix used to be. Like Sleeping in My Bed, for example. Sleeping in My Bed was a number one ballad. The impact of the remix and where it goes once you give it to the DJ or whoever it get to, that's changed. We got to figure that part.
Final question, because they're rushing me.
Okay.
Who's a better DJ? Jermaine Dupri or DJ Sus One?
Oh God, Sus One is better than me.
Exactly. The interview's over. We're ending it right there. The feature presentation radio show. You heard it from Jermaine Dupri the Great. Sus One is better. Now, thank you for coming to the show, my nigga. Tell people the rap game, all the information, your
so,
Instagram.
Make sure y'all stay tuned to Lifetime TV for the rap game new season. And go to SoSoSummer17.com right now if you want to get tickets to the tour. Like I said, the tour starts in 21 days in Louisville, Kentucky.
Love, Jermaine Dupri, my nigga. Thank you for coming to the show. It's my guy. It's the feature presentation radio show.